Hello friends, today I'm going to be reviewing Parry Fit. This is a biofeedback device that uses Bluetooth technology and an app on your phone to play video games with your pelvic floor muscles. I'm Janice Mitchell, a pelvic health physical therapist. I am a physical therapist, but I'm not your physical therapist, and this information does not replace evaluation by a qualified healthcare provider. The target population for Parry Fit are individuals seeking improved strength and coordination of their pelvic floor muscles for postpartum or following gynecologic surgery, incontinence, pelvic organ prolapse, improved sexual sensation, and anyone that is wanting to strengthen and tone their pelvic floor muscles. It may also be used to help prevent pelvic floor muscle issues in advance of stressful events. So stressful events on the pelvic floor muscles might be pregnancy, might be menopause, might be some kind of pelvic surgery. So by doing prehab of your muscles before going into that stressful event may help improve your outcomes after the event. So this Perifit can basically help to train your pelvic floor muscles to improve strength, endurance, and coordination in advance of pregnancy, menopause, or gynecologic surgery. The Perifit has not been tested during pregnancy, so we recommend that you wait until at least 6 weeks postpartum to begin using the Perifit. Whenever you're cleared for vaginal insertion is usually an appropriate time to start using it. What are some of the pelvic health benefits that you can expect with using the Perifit? Well, here we go. Improved pelvic floor muscle strength, endurance, and coordination, and basically awareness as well. All of these may help lead to improved bladder control, improved prolapse symptoms, improved body awareness, and improved postpartum recovery, improved core stability for strength and injury prevention, and enhanced intimacy. Before we go on to how to use the Perifit, I would just like to mention that all of those benefits can be achieved by using the Perifit if you're using it correctly. So it's only as good as the user that's using it. And so a pelvic health physical therapist can help evaluate your pelvic floor muscles and help get you set up on a program so you know that your pelvic floor muscles are doing the right thing at the right time and that you're using the Perifit to the maximum potential. How to use the Perifit. So first off, here's the box. And you slide the sleeve off, you open it up. It has a nice little packaging in here, and you take it out. It also has a really nice instruction booklet in multiple languages, and there's a quick starter guide right there on the back sleeve, and then there's also kind of a orientation of the device here. So you have the device, the Perifit, download the app onto your smartphone, wash the Perifit with warm soapy water, and wash your hands. I recommend that before you actually insert this into the vaginal canal, that you play with it with your hands first to make sure that you understand how it works and that you get kind of an orientation of the device. So on the device, on the end here, there is a little power button. So you press that power button, and then the LED light flashes. So you see those green lights that flash? Yep. So that flashes, that means it's on, and make sure that you connect it to your smartphone. And depending on your smartphone, there's different ways to connect. So it's a really helpful little guide here. So just walk through the guide that they have. And if you have any questions, contact support about how to connect. So as you're practicing with your hand, basically when you squeeze, make sure it's on, but when you squeeze, the graph goes up, and when you relax, the graph goes down. When you squeeze, the graph goes up, and you relax, the graph goes down. And that's the same concept that should happen with the pelvic floor muscles. When you squeeze, the graph goes up, and you relax, and the graph goes down. A gentle reminder here that you want to isolate the pelvic floor muscles and not use your glutes and your abdominal muscles and your hips and your toes. and your hands. We're just trying to isolate those pelvic floor muscles, and I have some other resources on how to do that if you're interested. Now let's talk about position. So Perifit is meant to be used in a gravity eliminated or even a gravity assisted position. So you'll want to lie down on your back somewhere comfortable, and ideally either stretch your legs out or have your legs resting on something. Like if you're in a dry bathtub, and your legs are kind of resting on the sides, or you have a couple pillows, supporting your legs. Make sure if you are in the bathtub that it's completely dry. We're not advocating using this in a bathtub filled with water. So you can be in this position, or you can even put your hips up on a couple pillows and be in a gravity assisted position. And both of these positions are great to use the Perifit in. All right, so you've already connected the device to your smartphone. You've done a little practice session with your hands to make sure that you know how to use the device and how to turn it on and off. You're in the right position. The device is in the right position. It's time to start using it. So press that power button. There you go, and you see that LED light going on and off there. And connect it to your phone. And then there's going to be setup instructions that you'll follow on your smartphone. So just follow those instructions. And remember, when you're squeezing, you're pulling your pelvic floor muscles up and in. You're closing the anus, you're closing the vagina, you're closing the urethra, pulling up and in. And then when you relax, those muscles let go and they lower and those openings soften. So it's really important to do the right thing at the right time. And also remember, don't compensate by using other muscles. Here is a little sample of what the graphics look like. So remember, when you're squeezing, the graph is going up. So you're squeezing and lifting those pelvic floor muscles, the graph goes up, and then you're relaxing and softening and lengthening, and the graph goes down. Now you're ready to start training, and there's different programs that you can use on the device. So I encourage you to practice those different programs and see which program works best for you. There are several programs on there. There's a training program. There's a program to determine the right program for you. There's a practice mode. So just, again, play around with those different programs and see what works best for you, and have fun training your pelvic floor muscles with the Perifit. If you need it, definitely use a little bit of lubricant. If you do choose to use lubricant, use a conservative amount. So you don't want to have too much lubricant on there that it has a difficult time staying in place. And the company recommends that you use a water-based lubricant. Okay, so now you're done training and we're ready to remove the device. So remove the device from your vaginal canal. Wash it with warm soapy water. So I would put it like under a running faucet, but you're not submerging this device. So we do not want to submerge this device in water. Once you have it clean, pat it dry and put it in a cool, dry place to be used next time. If you're interested in purchasing the device, you can go to perifit.co, or they also carry it on Amazon. They do offer free shipping. In terms of health insurance coverage, most health insurances do not cover home biofeedback units like Perifit, but it doesn't hurt to ask. So I would encourage you to check out your benefits and talk to your customer service rep. And if you are seeing a pelvic health physical therapist, they may be able to write you a letter of medical necessity, and you may be able to get it covered. So again, most do not, but I have seen some scenarios where some home units have gotten covered when we've gone through the appeal process. Another option is to use your HSA or health savings account. So you should be able to use those funds to purchase the Perifit. But again, it will depend on your plan and the different options and so forth. So just check it out and see if that's an option for you. Let's discuss the pros and cons of this device. One of the most fantastic options here is that it doesn't need to be charged. I've never seen this on a home biofeedback device. So they're guaranteeing that this battery is going to last 5 years. If your battery dies within that 5 years, they are guaranteeing that you can get a free replacement. And if it dies after that 5 years, then they're going to give you a discounted replacement. I'm a huge fan of the games and the interactive technology here, because sometimes when you're squeezing and releasing and strength training your pelvic floor muscles, it can get a little monotonous. And so using this interactive technology here with the biofeedback and the video games can make pelvic floor muscle training a lot more interactive and fun. I also like that in the setup, it allows you to go through and kind of helps you determine what program may be the best fit for you. One other feature I like is that there's a virtual coach on the app, and the company is a really great company in terms of support and questions. So there are some great resources that they have to help you be successful with using this device. Now for the cons. So number one is that it is one size. So there's no modifiable features to either make it bigger or smaller. Another thing I would say is that it's focused on strengthening the pelvic floor muscles. So if you're having overactive pelvic floor muscles and you're having pain, difficulty with insertion, difficulty with pooping, difficulty with urination, any of those kinds of symptoms, it may not be an appropriate device for you. And remember, like I said before, it's only as good as the user using it. And so if you're not the best fit for using this device right now, then you're not going to see the outcomes that you're looking for. And again, I would go back to seeing a skilled pelvic health physical therapist before you get started to make sure that you're using it correctly and that you have an individual assessment and an individual program to help you be successful using this device. If you go to their website, there are so many positive reviews, and so I would really encourage you to check that out. There are some negative reviews, but most of them have to do with specific app features, and it looks like the company is doing a great job at addressing those. I'd like to also mention something about research and biofeedback. So research really isn't supporting that pelvic floor muscle training with biofeedback in general, that it's more effective than pelvic floor muscle training without biofeedback. But what I've seen on a personal and a professional basis is that if you can use a little device like this effectively, you're likely to be more consistent with your pelvic floor muscle training. And so I think it's a great option if you're using it correctly. The company is offering at this point a 15% discount if you sign up for email communications. But again, I would just keep checking back on their website and seeing what promotionals they have going on. In terms of what sets this product apart, here are a few things. So it's FDA registered, it's CE certified, it has 4.7 out of 5-star reviews, there's a 100-day money-back guarantee, it's medical grade silicone, it assesses 5 metrics: strength, endurance, frequency, release, and accuracy to provide real-time feedback of your pelvic floor muscle contractions and awareness. In summary, the Perifit is a great device that's well designed, it's high quality, and it can really be a helpful adjunct to pelvic floor muscle training at home. Just remember that it's only as good as the user using it. So if you have any challenges or difficulty, connect with a skilled pelvic health physical therapist to help get you set up so that you can be successful using this at home.